Hey everybody, welcome to another edition of Inside Guns with your host, me, the Yankee Marshal. Today I want to talk about a new offering, a new gun that just came out from Taurus, the Taurus Judge Home Defender. If you're not aware of this gun, which I wasn't until someone started asking me about it in the live chat the other night, and I got an email about it from a couple of other people, this is Taurus's new offering. It's their Judge, and it's designed specifically, if you couldn't tell from the name, for home defense. It's not designed to be a do-everything gun, a range gun, or a self-defense, carry gun. This is made primarily for home defense. That's what they had in mind when they designed this gun. Now, what is this gun? Well, if you look at it, it's pretty easy to tell what it is. It's kind of a hybridization between a bird's head grip shotgun and a Taurus Judge. It's like, Taurus Judge and a shotgun had some, mutually agreed upon relations. And then 9 months later, this was the result. That's exactly what it looks like. It's basically a Taurus Judge with a 13-inch barrel, and it's got a foregrip on it so that you can have another hand on the gun to steady it when you're using it for home defense. So this gun, like I said, is designed primarily for home defense. But is it really good for that? If we look at the gun and look at its features, is it really a gun that I would endorse for home defense, or is that just a bunch of gimmicky nonsense? Is this gun actually good, or is it just a gimmick? Is it fab or is it fail? Well, let's look at it. This is a 5-shot revolver, like the other Taurus Judges, and it's chambered in 410 shotgun shells, or 45 Colt. You can shoot either one in it. There is no 454 Casull option in this. It's just 45 Colt and 410 shotgun shells. It does have, like I said, a 13-inch barrel with a foregrip on it, making it easy to control. Now, is this good for home defense in that setup right there with those calibers, being a revolver, blah, blah, blah? Well, actually, I think it would be. I think it has some advantages over just using like a bird's head shotgun. A lot of people like to use those little shorty shotguns, pistol grip shotguns, but they have a couple of big drawbacks. One of which is they are very loud and they kick like a mule. So in stressful situations at night, you might disorient yourself, or you might just lose control of the gun, especially if you're smaller, you're a little more frail, you're a woman, you're elderly, or you shoot 9mm normally, you might not be able to handle it. Also, a lot of people complain about when you use loads that are more appropriate for indoors, some shotguns aren't as reliable as they should be. Well, since this gun is a 410 and 45 long Colt or Colt, well, it's not going to have the problem of being too loud. It's not going to have the problem of being too recoily, if that's a word. I don't think that's actually a word, but you know what I mean. And it's going to be fully reliable. You're going to get 5 shots every time because it is still a revolver. So this gun's going to work pretty well. Also, it's got a couple other little features that make it really good for home defense. It's got a front rail right on the front of that little stock right there, right in front of where you'd put your hand, a place for a front light. If you want to mount a flashlight. And a lot of people like to have flashlights mounted on their home defense guns. Some people would argue that don't use a flashlight at night in your own home. Just make sure there's just enough light that you can see basics, see shapes and stuff, and then use the home court advantage to your advantage. But let's say you want to put a light on it, because we're not going to settle that debate here today. It's got a place for it. It's also set up for an optic. You can put a red dot on it so that you don't have to be trying to get a bead to a traditional sight. So really got some nice options there, having that front mount for a flashlight and that mount for a red dot. And then it still has, that 410, 45 Colt capacity, which is more than efficient to get the job done at close range. And that's one of the things home defense is usually inside. If you're going to go outside, grab a shotgun. But if you're going to be inside, something like this, I think, would be actually pretty good. Like I said, not going to be super high recoiling, not going to be super loud. It's going to be very easy to control with that foregrip on the front of it. That 13-inch barrel is going to give you the most out of those rounds. The fact that it's set up for optics, flashlight, just adds other options if you want it. So I actually do think this gun could be a very good home defense gun. Could also be a very good, truck gun. If you want something like this for your vehicle, but you don't want it to be so long that you can't move it around while you're inside your car, and you don't want it to be super loud, like a Magnum round or anything like that, this could be good for that too. So this, in my opinion, should be called the Taurus Judge Home and Auto Defender. But I actually look forward to seeing this gun in person. I want to try one of these because I think it's a pretty cool gun. They make a longer version of this. I think it's made by Rossi now. That used to be like a rifle with the revolving cylinder. I would also like to get one of those. But for now, I think this would be great as a home defense firearm. Like I said, 13-inch barrel, revolver reliability, good caliber, plenty of options. So I think Taurus might be on to something here. So if I had to say whether this was great or goofy or gimmicky, I'd say it has the potential to be great, even though it is a little goofy.